What's going on? What's going on? It's your man Mousy 219 TV Midwest Connected Man Cheats for Life. And let's not forget, if you out here doing these shiesty business deals, being led by the wrong people, please put some money on your head before somebody else do, man. We'd like to welcome you to another edition of the Transition Podcast. And this podcast is brought to you, man, by none other than Royal Estate Clothing, baby. You see it. The Ghetto Dweller series hoodies, man. These just the hottest things popping, you know what I'm saying? Hoodie sweatsuits, we got stuff for kids, the varsity jackets, all of that, man. Tap in with my bro Cash D. Tap in with me. I see you fashions. We got you. You know, put your orders in. You know, this is the hottest brand in the land. We're gonna push this thing like the marathon. But anyway, let's get to it, man. You know, now over here at the Transition Podcast, we like to educate as well as entertain, you know. And we all here for the same reason. Everybody trying to get that algorithm. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is, you know. So, but it's just one of them things where the whole reason with this is some topics everybody don't need to speak on, but this is one of those topics that everybody has an opinion on whether they voice it or whether or not, because this is something that's basically has become I ain't gonna say exposed the hood, but you know how kind of the hood is airing our dirty laundry, man. And the way Pooh Shiesty then went about it, y'all ain't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was asking, was your man Guap gonna snitch? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was asking, was Guap gonna snitch?
School up.
I mean, you know,
Well, damn. Nigga, I hate to see you up. Huh? Tell the truth, you went out like a real crash diamond. And after all that, boy, you still signed to me? Wow. I'm like Birdman and nigga, this my cash money. And your fat ass flunky, he a stone cold junkie. Yeah.
okay, so that about says that right there. You know what I'm saying? That about puts that in the you know, that sums it up. Now the whole thing is, what should he have said? Why should he have said it? Did he say it? You got a lot of people that voice opinions, and we're gonna touch on it. You got people that's not of the community, ain't really been through a lot of what this man been through. You feel what I'm saying? And you know everybody's saying his loyalty to the streets is being questioned. And you know that's one of them things, man. We have to always just look at as I'm from Gary, Indiana, man. Murder cap, you know what I'm saying? 219 came up in the 80s, 90s, you know, so 2000s, you know what I mean? And you know, I got a lot of guys on the other side. We all ain't always been professional businessmen, business owners, professionals, career people. We know we grew up in an environment. You got to think Gary was the murder cap at one point. You know, I wonder if they gonna touch on that on the Michael Jackson movie that's coming. That's repping the 219. It's gonna give you probably a little taste of Gary, but you know, most of that we gonna be in the beginning. But anyway, the whole point is a lot of guys try to stick to a certain image and they wonder what street and this snitching thing. And it's like you be hearing people speak on it, and, you know, like my man say, you know, shout to Concrete, you know, Concrete Genius, his pod. I watch him. Shout to my man C, Elder Wills, you know what I mean? And on Cole and Convo, but it's like everybody ain't qualified have an opinion on certain things. And when these non-qualified people speak on certain issues, you know what I'm saying? But it's just funny. But I want y'all to see right quick the reaction, first of all, before we touch on this part. I want y'all to see the reaction that, you know, a few people actually had about it. And that just kind of blew me, because it didn't really blow me, you know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, you you wait, hold on one second. I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all something else. But it's like at the same time, you don't really have the, how should I say, the all right, there we go right there. There we go right there. All right, let me bring this back to y'all. Now, you got right here people saying, everybody voicing their opinions, celebrities and everything, you know what I mean? Everybody voicing their opinions on what they felt the man should have said and how they think, you know what I'm saying, he should have reacted to the situation. And it's kind of like, come on, bro. Y'all really thought that I don't know, man. Well, let's hear what they had to say first. I'm gonna let y'all hear what they had to say. Then y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Drop something in the comments, man. Drop something in the comments.
And gave his testimony. Gucci Mane just responded to the Shiesty robbery in his new track titled Crash Dummy, responding to the snitching allegations and much more. Akademicks says he initially thought Gucci Mane wouldn't give a statement to the feds, but the song he dropped was a whole statement and asked Charleston White to step up his telling game.
Forget everything I said. Remember I said Gucci ain't gonna make a statement? This is a statement right here. Yo, this is a statement right here. Yo, I swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Yo, I'm gonna keep it a beat with you. Yo, Charleston White gotta step his snitching game. Charleston White ain't doing this over a beat with an 808 with Zaytoven. Charleston White just doing this on Instagram and his drawers.
As Gucci Mane directly called out Shiesty in 2 specific bars by rapping, tell the truth, you went out like a crash dummy, and after all that, you still signed to me. I thought it was a business meeting, but it was a setup. Admitting there was a robbery, and Shiesty actually tried to make Gucci sign a release contract. A viral reaction read, did Gucci really just drop this crash dummy track admitting to being robbed instead of handling like a real street dude? Go get your stuff back like a man. However, Gucci had to drop this track because what happened in court today. The news reads, under oath, FBI agent Hansen testified and admitted that Gucci Mane gave a statement to Dallas PD about the January 10th, 2026 robbery at the studio in North Dallas. Shiesty proceeded to rest his head against the courtroom wall as his left leg shook while attorney Bradford Cohen questioned the agent about Gucci Mane allegedly being pushed on the couch and items pointed at him. Agent Hansen said Gucci Mane told his security to put their firearms down. As they revealed, Gucci did give a statement to the police, but those in the courtroom revealed Shiesty did a lot more than just shake his head. He rolled his eyes and rubbed his face after being stressed out about what Gucci told the feds, which led to Charleston White supporting Gucci snitching. It sounded like Gucci cooperated. It sounded like the victim. Gucci was a victim and gave his testimony. Come on over here with me, Gucci. It's all right. It's all right to go and be civilian. Yeah, come on. Then at the end of the court hearing, Shiesty reacted again. A tweet read, as I sat right behind Shiesty during the hearing. Minutes before the judge's ruling, Shiesty whispered, I'm straight, with a head nod to his family in the back of the gallery as his attorney gave a final argument at today's hearing. However, to understand what Gucci said in his statement, it's important to know the facts. The news wrote, Shiesty and Big 30 reportedly robbed Gucci in Dallas, according to the Department of Justice. Shiesty held a firearm toward Gucci Mane and forced him to sign a contract release from his 1017 record label, while Big 30
Now I know why they saying Big 30. Now that's his homeboy. That's Pooh Shiesty homeboy, Big 30. That's them blocked the door. Now they saying the father was there. Now Gucci even saying it's gonna get to that though. What they say about they felt like the father really couldn't say nothing. So I might have to, I ain't gonna say roll it back, but I think he could have. But anyway, that's a whole nother situation. But y'all remember this name, Big 30, because the same code they hold in Gucci by. Big 30 and Pooh Shiesty got different lawyers. Now, when I say, and they from the streets, and anybody that's from the streets, that's from them situations, y'all know how a lot of these situations play out when you got 9 co-defendants, 8, 9 co-defendants, and everybody ain't got the same lawyer, but we're going to let them finish cooking.
Locked the door to prevent him from leaving. 9 people from Memphis have been charged, and the stolen jewelry appeared on social media within hours. With this going viral on the news, Woody spoke his thoughts on the situation.
Let me understand this, y'all. Please help me. I really need help. Pooh Shiesty did all that time in jail, in the feds. Pooh Shiesty came home, y'all, and made the first day out, they sent him right back to jail. Pride and ego is our main enemy.
But it would be revealed that Gucci definitely played a role in their arrests. The news wrote, anonymous source tells Akademicks that when Gucci snitched Shiesty to the authorities, he felt sympathy for Shiesty's dad, saying he was peer pressured into the situation and didn't want him locked up, but it was already out of his control.
If anybody was peer pressured, you know, from what I'm hearing, it was the daddy, Trail, you know. You know, when the situation happened, Gucci allegedly looked up at the daddy, and the daddy was like, you know, showed some type of sympathy and empathy for Gucci, but it was out of his control.
This got Shiesty's mother's.
Now the dude that Akademicks was just talking to, that was the Govan dude that was caught up in the Young Dolph trial. You know, they all Memphis guys, so you know that's why this is a Midwest connected media. We cover people from the Midwest, and Memphis is, you know, it's close to the crib. But yeah, he related, so he kind of got the inside scoop on what's going on. He was talking to Akademicks, so.
Attention, and she spoke about her ex-husband being arrested with her son.
He protected him. He kept him humble. He kept him 100 and kept away from around some suckers and pluckers. I prayed for them. My was so good, man.
But this is where everything would change for the worse for Gucci. The public is heavily on Shiesty's side because Gucci basically ratted his own artist out. DJ Akademicks shared that Gucci has had hired off-duty cops to serve as his security for the last few years that no one knew about, which raised the question on why Gucci would sign street artists while having off-duty cops around.
But the idea that some of y'all trying to give Gucci an out is like, nah, it's because it's not like they fooled him. And it was an undercover cop. That's what people keep saying. Undercover. No, he hired a policeman. He hired a policeman. It wasn't undercover. It wasn't a guy acting like he was security. No, he hired the cops. And a crime happened.
Now, this is the problem that a lot of us had with this. See, when you got dudes like this talking about the situation and you not really from that, you know what I'm saying? People could tell who from that. You got situations, you got what you call. Now you got hood guys, you got gangsters, you got hustlers, you got ballers, and you got killers. Hitters, whatever. Pick your lane, pick your category, which one are you to thy own self be true. Now, everybody go through certain things. I mean, just because you've been this or just because you've been shot, that don't make you gangster. It's because you've been locked up, that don't make you gangster. So it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. It's how you did your bid. It's how you did your this. It's how you did your that. How you was in the streets, how you got your money, how you da-da-da. That's what, you know, gives you. So a lot of people got insight, and dudes like Akademicks just be talking for views and clicks and just be saying, because how you, of course, anybody know that if you hire in security, most of them is police affiliated or the police, real security anyway. The man is worth millions, so of course he gonna hire some real security. I'm just saying, this ain't, and I ain't got no horse in the race. I'm just saying the fact that how we got this illusion of people trying to play the how you deal with police narrative, but people pick and choose and move the goalposts. Now, Akademicks, when they was talking about running down on him, he wants you to come to his house so he can have the camera to give it to the police. And then they want to holler they civilians when you try to go upside their head. But you know, let me go and let's get through this right quick. Let's get through this.
In the presence of the cops.
This went viral online. DJ Vlad wrote, I've spoken to a few people close to the Shiesty and Gucci robbery case, and this is what I keep hearing. There is no actual evidence.
Oh, and this another one. We're going to touch on him, DJ Vlad, the white dude. Now, Vlad talking about what he think Shiesty should have did.
Evidence of Gucci getting robbed. So the case will hinge on one thing: Gucci taking the stand and saying that they robbed him. Now here's the interesting part. If Gucci says that nothing happened, then he can't claim that he signed Shiesty's release under duress, and he will never make any more money off Shiesty. If Gucci does take the stand against Shiesty, then the contract release gets thrown out and Gucci continues to make money off him. But then everyone will call Gucci Mane a snitch like they're doing now. So it will come down to Gucci choosing money over his reputation, as this would be explained into further detail by lawyer Mo.
If Gucci does not testify, the question of is Pooh cooked comes down to 2 paragraphs in the complaint plus 1 picture. They say Big 30 barricades the door to the studio. They say that the security guards try to barge in, and when the security guards barge in, they get a peek and they see that they're outnumbered by the armed target suspects. It does not say that they are outnumbered by an armed Pooh Shiesty. Instead, they lump Pooh Shiesty in with the whole group of target suspects, suggesting that the security guards only saw other people, not Pooh with the gun. Later, where it's alleged that Pooh he's allegedly holding it to the back of the head of one of the business people. And so if there's anybody here other than Gucci who seems like they could put Pooh away, it's going to be one of the business guys.
One popular reply wrote, "They don't need Gucci to get this man. It was an off-duty cop involved." To which the famous rap lawyer wrote, "You could make a fair argument from what we've heard so far. It may be that the two security guards accompanying Gucci."
Bam. So, man, to everybody's demise, you pull a situation with a cop, with a person that's working with the law, that worked there, what you think gonna happen? You feel what I'm saying? And the guy, so obviously, y'all had to feel some type of way, but y'all pull it. So it's like a lot of dumb shit is being said about this situation. And I guess because I got kids and as a father, and I got kids in this era, but when I hear people that, when them, like I say, being from Gary, we know what it is. I know what gangster is. You know, everybody was raised different. My life primarily, I grew up in Gary, but between Gary and Chicago, and not just Chicago, the west side of Chicago. That's a whole nother beast. So I've been between them two areas all my life. You feel what I'm saying? So I've seen it all. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't saying I've done it all, but I've seen it all, experienced a lot. So if I ain't did, I know somebody that did, or I was in the area where it was getting done. So it's like, people talking about, yeah, this man, you know, nah, the song, the saying what you had to say, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if you got other people there that's not the police, really, he ain't got to say nothing. He just going to sit back and let all them. But if he want to get that money from that insurance company, hey, come on, man. This is bigger than him, Nino. This is why you know a lot of people that ain't got shit ain't been in those situations. But anyway,
he never saw Shiesty with a firearm or saw anything about what was going on in the studio other than that there were 3 people with items. The complaint says the 2 security were outside the studio, and when they tried to pry the door open, they saw they were outnumbered by people with items. But this even got fans to write, "Anyone else find it odd that Gucci went to the studio with several off-duty cops when it was supposed to be a meeting with his biggest artist who's fresh out of prison? To me, it feels like Gucci knew something was going to happen," which ended.
Gucci used to rob. Now, that's another thing. Let's not forget, Gucci used to rob. Gucci used to be a robber. That was Gucci thing. He was a kick. He was a jack boy. So jack boys know what's going on. So hell yeah, he went there with some security. I mean, going up in here with some security just in case. But he probably didn't think it was gonna go down like it went down. You feel what I'm saying? But hell, if you got to take security, it's just like if you got a gun, if you got to take it with you, it's because you don't trust the situation you're about to be in. You feel what I'm saying?
Ended up being correct. But one of the main motives for Shiesty to do this was reported. Akademicks says that the word was that Shiesty started to have issues with Gucci Mane because of how Gucci handled things after his cousin Big Scar passed away.
This drops, it looks like he's not, you know, he's never really publicly fell out with Gucci, but the word has been this. He's unhappy about how Gucci discarded or seemed unemotional to, or pretty much not caring, right? The lack of he gave when Big Scar, who is Pooh Shiesty's cousin, passed away.
Because when Big Scar passed, Gucci didn't want to put money up for Scar's funeral. Shiesty didn't have much influence at the time due to him being in jail, but after spreading the word through the jail phone, Gucci coughed the money up for the funeral, as Scar's father confirmed.
I don't know how this got out of control like this, y'all. It's ugly. Gucci did what he did. 100 is 100. I'm the one ain't looking for nothing. I just want what rightfully belongs to my son. I ain't asking for nothing else.
But to Shiesty, this was still disrespectful. Not sending the $10,000 immediately when Scar's family asked was a problem. With Shiesty not cool with Gucci anymore, he wanted out of his deal immediately so Gucci wouldn't make any more.
Now, with that, it's 2 sides to every story. Because see, now it started to make more sense now. Why would he crash out? But he's like, yo, you already been eating off me. Have you been eating off me? But that's a whole nother story. Hell, I'm the boss. I'm supposed to eat off you. See, that's what black people got it twisted. I'm your boss. Hell yeah, I'm finna eat off of you. We knew that once you signed the paper that I was eating off you. Now, once you feel like you don't like the amount that I was getting versus what you getting now, here you go all in my, you know what I'm saying? is you at your job going to your supervisor, your boss, like, man, you making more money. You already know he making more money than you. But to add it, like he said, when his cousin passed, because y'all, I did hear about that. When the dude Big Scott passed, Gucci did he took his chain. You know how they give him a chain, the 1017 chain? When his cousin died, Gucci took the chain back. Hey, man, so that'll make somebody want to rob you. You do some shit like that. But I'm just saying that's the hood, though. The hood that will get you robbed. So I understand. Cause see what I realized in this life, man, you got to learn to live like a psychiatrist. So I tell my family, I tell myself to help me deal with situations when I see things. You got to learn to understand things that you don't like. Like a psychiatrist. When somebody say I'm the psychiatrist, they gotta tell them all type of crazy shit that's on their mind and they want to do this and do that. And the psychiatrist really have to sit there like, you know, you ain't tripping, but they gotta let you know you are tripping. You know what I'm saying? But the psychiatrist can't get razzle-dazzle. Then the person won't get comfortable opening up to you. So when we hear these things, in order to talk about them and address them and really get the real shit out of it and get past all the ignorant shit that's being said, like what he should did, he should have ran up on him. He should have, like Vlad talking about, he should have, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I got the two brothers we got some brothers from Atlanta that spoke on that. But it's just like, come on, man. Come on, man. Let's keep it real now. Let's keep it real now. They won't, and it's like the people want Gucci to crash out. But actually, when he did the song, that's his crash out. See, y'all ain't saying it's affecting this man too. Because you got to think, if I used to be a jack boy robber and I done just got robbed, do you know it's taking everything in me not to try to get some get back the way we know how to get back, or they know how to get back, because I wasn't no rob, or the way that they know how to get back. It's taking everything in that man to fall back from not doing what he used to do, so he know to play. Why you think he ain't act up? Because he know to play. But he also know, if I can't get you this way, I'm going to get you this way. But the way Gucci is, I'm going to get you. And if I got to do this to get you, then that's what I'm going to do. And hey, that's just the reality of it. So it ain't the fact, did he break a code? You break a code when you in that game. That's just how that go. But hold on, let's let this, you know what I'm saying? Let's let this do what it do right quick.
Money off him. Shiesty couldn't have done this at a worse time, as he was already being investigated for violating his probation. Shiesty is being investigated by police after his new song, FDO. Self-snitching in lyrics and dissing federal prosecutors from his court case won't end well. Shiesty dissed Youngboy in the FDO song and the prosecutors involved in his court case, which got Youngboy and Shiesty to yell at each other on Instagram.
I'm on new type shit like, who gives a... That's what you doing right now? Well, all this, what you like, we really live it. We talk about, you hear me?
With this going viral online, Shiesty would then be exposed by an inmate in his cell block. It reads, Memphis man claims Shiesty wasn't standing on business in prison, alleging that inmates made him stand up to eat.
Stand up while they eat. Hey, man, you was in that mall standing up while you were eating. When they bump down on you, they ask you, is you one of these five or is you a rapper? You said a rapper. I got facts about these, man. Hey, man, I'm on this, man. You know what I'm talking about, man?
With Shiesty being exposed on how his jail life was, the same Memphis OG just days later took back his words about Shiesty.
Man, I just found out, man, you know. Hey, man, I was off the medication, man. I'm so up, bro. I'm just institutionalized. I'm a convict.
Hey, man. Hey, man. Not sidebar right quick. See how brothers, see this the whole thing. See how people just say anything that he tried to discredit his gangster. Then that money got back. Somebody like, yo, man, you better go straight that out. He talking about, you know, my bad, I was on medication. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you can't listen to a lot of shit people be saying and letting your kids listen to a lot of this shit people be saying, because the influence is crazy.
I didn't even know this little cousin the whole time. Los. Damn, Lo, why you ain't tell me Pooh Shiesty was our little cousin, bro?
But this led into another situation when Shiesty was on live stream and they called another streamer who said he was Team Youngboy, which made Shiesty angry.
Don't apologize to me. Man, Ricardo, hey, look, man, you gotta, man, just rep anything, man. Just say you something, and then you good.
I'm 4K Dre.
Who? Ricardo, what the man?
You just said what?
You could hang up on him, cuz ain't no.
Shiesty wanted to make it clear he's still backing Lil Durk despite people flipping sides to Youngboy. As it was reported, Lil Zay Osama speaks on why it's no surprise the industry is switching up on Lil Durk for Youngboy.
Nah, for real though, I don't see why this was surprising or new to y'all. Everybody jumping ship because this how the industry is. Nobody in the industry is gonna stick around you when you at your lowest. They can get clout, notoriety, money, fame, features, videos, something that they could benefit from off you. They're gonna jump ship. I don't see why it's surprising that everybody is on YB in the industry. That's how it go. They only gonna you when it's beneficial to them. None of these ain't grow up with Dirt. None of these ain't friends or real homies with Dirt for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Or they would never change, or they would never jump ship. Because where we from, if you with me, my ops is your ops is mine. Some people don't look at it like that. Some people look at it like I f with both parties. I ain't got nothing to do with it. And look, you not wrong for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, shout out to the that still done stayed down for Dirk, his real family and friends. You feel?
Hundreds of OTF mutuals would tweet out saying, if you're rocking with what Youngboy did, then stay on that side when Lil Durk gets out of jail. During the same live stream, Shiesty was not having it with a girl that didn't know who Durk or OTF was.
Is that my jerk? Oh.
Lil Durk.
JCB Films with that fire gift, bro. I appreciate you.
OTF. What's that, man? Why you say it like that for? Come on, get your picture, man. Before you get
But it's true that Lil Durk is pretty much all alone in jail.
But see, this the whole thing. Now he mess with Dirk, he don't mess with Wild. That's the youngest. That's the YS. That's their little thing. But the whole thing is, this what I mean by the Memphis guy. He sided with the Chicago guy. But in doing that, now Gucci to this guy. So they got all that going on, and this one messing with this one, and this one messing with that one. But the whole point of the whole matter is, all of them is of that crash out drill culture that the kids was, and like Akademicks, Vlad, and then what they do to me is like people like that, they kind of like perpetuate the situations, man, to the point where, they really make it to a point where these kids is kind of going back and forth, doing what they doing, and really trying to decide on the snitching thing. It ain't about snitching. I mean, it's just let's just say, let's put this in perspective. Like I said, I've been somewhere where, okay, if you watching a gangster movie, anybody that watched mob movies, gangster movies, we'll go there. Even in Chicago and Gary, high level gangsters, you think they ain't deal with the police? You think they wasn't paying the police off? So it's paying the police off snitching, putting the police on y'all so y'all could not make money so we could make money. We got cops on the payroll. Is that snitching? I mean, because understand, like I said, you got hood, you got street, you got gangster, you got killer, you got baller. Hustlers, gangsters, ballers, killers, hood. Which one are you? See, it's a lot. So it's a lot of hood people. That's what I'm saying. This is one of those like a Civil War thing. Guys that's from the street, they with the non-stitching coke, they still in the street. That's all it is. It ain't saying that the not snitching code don't exist. Hell yeah, it exists. If we go out to do something, you feel what I'm saying? If we go out to do something, you know what I'm saying, and what we go out to do don't pan out right, and then you end up on some come on out, we all caught, of course I'm going to have an issue with that. You knew what it was when we went to do what we was doing. You know what I'm saying? You knew exactly what it was when we was when we was going to do what we was doing. But at the same time, you ain't got to, you ain't have to tell the boys what we was finna do. Why was so? Let's just break that. That's snitching. That's snitching. That's snitching, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's snitching. It ain't no two-way street on that. You know what I mean? Now, the fact that, like they say, he's a businessman, he da. What he doing? First of all, if he think the insurance company, the insurance company need a police report. I'm thinking Gucci to the jury, because he spoke highly of his jewelry. The insurance company need a police report. Now we got my man right here, this B-High, these some guys from Atlanta. Now I brought them up because we want to touch on, like I said, when you got people that's speaking on the culture that's not of the culture, that ain't from where we from. So they put out a false narrative, which gives their viewers, which gives the people that view them and take their opinion some type of way. The Akademicks, your DJ Vlads, these dudes that ain't really about that life, ain't never probably been seen that life. And then DJ Vlad had a problem with Rick Ross. He's talking about how he had it. But they speaking on how DJ Vlad is telling the culture what Pooh Shiesty should have did, which is what I'm saying about the voice. There's certain people, when it comes to speaking on certain situations, they got to deal with us. They should just fall back. But let's hear what they had to say about it, man.
Yeah, since you and your people always talking about, I'm not from Atlanta. I decided, I'm trying to go represent for my people.
Oh, straight from the day.
Yeah, let them know that where we're from.
Yeah, that's the dude from Ghetto Mafia, but let's get to it.
Yeah, you ain't cut no corners now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, no, he put you in the man. Crash Dummy song, Pooh Shiesty them in federal custody. And our West Coast guy, Vlad, he decided he wanted to chime in on it. And this is what Vlad had to say, Wick. Vlad said Pooh Shiesty could have gotten away with forcing Gucci Mane to sign over the contract if he had met him in private and pulled out a gun on him. Gucci probably wouldn't have told the police and quietly took his L. But instead, Pooh brought his dad, Big 30, and 6 crash outs who started robbing everyone Gucci was with and posting the stuff they stole on Instagram as soon as they got their hands on it. I wonder if they ever had a conversation beforehand on what would happen after the robbery.
First of all, hearing that everybody got something to say that shouldn't be saying anything. That's first of all. I want to say this as respectfully as I can, but kind of disrespectfully. I don't think that Vlad is the spokesman that we need in the black community talking about our black issues. That's the first thing. And I say that respectfully. If it takes, and this is the Vlad, if it takes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 brothers to come and deal with one guy, that should have let Vlad know how much respect and danger that those 15 brothers feel about that one person. Meaning when we were coming up in the hood, and there was a bully in the hood. What did we do to the bully? We ganged up on the bully. Nobody wanted to go fight the bully one-on-one because we had seen from trial and error what happens when you go in there one-on-one.
Man, that's what happened, dude. Tried to rob Gucci, and Gucci killed him. So, of course, Pooh Shiesty thought it out. But let's proceed, Vlad telling Pooh Shiesty what he should have did.
With the neighborhood goon / bully. So what he said doesn't even make sense. For Pooh Shiesty being a 25-year-old to go into a room one-on-one with Gucci, who has murder on his with a gun and up on him, Gucci got a gun, you got a gun, we locked in a room. How does Vlad think that that's going to play out? The only thing that stopped, made this go the way it went, because it was 9 or 10 or 11 or 12 brothers with him. Pooh Shiesty wasn't that stupid. Not only he got 8, 9, 10 brothers with him, you got your daddy. So he brought all the reinforcement, because when he sat down, he said, this could go left very fast dealing with this guy.
Yeah.
So what is Vlad talking about? He should have went in there one-on-one and upped on a man that has on his jacket murder. What happened to the last person that came in there one-on-one with Gucci?
Hey.
I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. Yeah. This is a question. If I'm sitting here talking to Vlad, I would say, Vlad, how did one-on-one work out for the last person that went in there with a gun one-on-one to see about Gucci? And he wasn't trying to take $1 million contract. He was trying to take a chain. How did that work out? So that's what I say. Everybody just got something slow, something just, it's the fact of just want to put my nose somewhere that it does not belong. Some stuff be high, and some stuff is okay to just shut up and stay out of it, fall back, look at it. Vlad got a big enough channel that I'm sure there's plenty of other content that he could have just spoke about the case in general. But to give that type of advice, I think that he should have, it would have played out better if you went in there one-on-one with Gucci with a gun, both of y'all locked in, and then he would have took the L. Like that, as if we in the streets, as if Gucci reputation in the streets is, you up on me and I got a gun and it's one-on-one, I'm gonna take the L, I'm gonna lay down and take the L.
You know, looking at this situation, and this is where it gets kind of crazy with hip-hop podcasts and platforms and stuff like that, because you got the entertainment, you got the music industry, you got all of this fantasy and all of this craziness going on, but there's no reality being spoken at the same time. And what we would have needed from Vlad at that time is to give the advice that he would have done himself, or that he would have given to his son.
Right.
And then he should have went on Twitter and said, hey, man, what we would have done is we would have handled this the same way we handled the situation with Rick Ross. We would have called our lawyers and let our lawyers get us up out of this contract, and we would have saved a lot of time and a lot of money, and everybody would have been happy, just like you said the other day. Just handle the business like businessmen should.
Now, there we go. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said right there, man, with that being said right there, you see, this is why this became a focal point. When you had guys chime in like Vlad, now you got somebody telling him he should have went in there if he'd have went in there with the gun one-on-one on Gucci, Gucci would have signed it and da-da-da-da. But when Rick Ross went upside your head, you call lawyers, da-da-da-da, and that's how they handle it. So don't tell us how in the hood what we should do. And a lot of the hood guys that's playing to the myth, and some, like I say, what's your category? See, you got a lot of people that's hood, but they ain't street. So hood dudes, it's like, oh, he shouldn't, because they think that's what the street dudes do. But there's some street dudes that know, you know what I'm saying? I know some street dudes that'll snitch on you and shoot your ass, you know? So it ain't, you know, the game is crazy. The game is real. Some dudes straight play the game by survival mode. You feel what I'm saying? But if you gonna be, everybody know, but if you plan on playing that role and you continuously gonna go to jail and keep doing the things of the streets, yeah, hell no, you snitching. And snitching ain't what it do. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a civilian, they say something. If something's gonna help improve your situation and your family, you know what's right is what's right. You know what I'm saying? If something to protect your business, you get robbed. Hell, you got to file a police report. File a police report saying snitching. Now, I know some people that'll go down there and file a complaint because they plan to kill you. So it's a whole lot of ways to play that game, man. And y'all decide this is one the main reason is through all of that. Make sure you put some money on your head before somebody else do. So y'all let me know what you think. Y'all tap into that, man. And I just want to know what y'all think about people that's not other culture speaking on the culture. But at the same time, I really want the ones that if you ain't street, don't, stay in your lane with that. And don't give advice to those that might think just because you from the hood don't mean you from the streets. Because it is a big difference. You feel what I'm saying? And the street guys know what I'm talking about. You know that dude from the hood, he know the slang, he know this, he know that, but he ain't really from that. The ones that's really from that, they know that's why they call it the streets. The streets is one of the most unloyal, unlawful, it's lawless, anything goes. That's why you got the jail. That's why anything goes. Now it's a code that's supposed to be upheld, but somebody be snitching, but let him get out and he got that work. People gonna shop with him. If what let your man or something, if he your man and he ain't never did dirty by you, I can't say if you ain't seen no paperwork and he your man and he ain't never did no dirt by you, and he, people's getting much. So who are we to judge? Some shit is situational more than it is the person. Some people get put in fuck situations, and the situations dictate how you gonna handle it. You just better hope and pray you never get put in a situation that's gonna make you have to write a song like Gucci. So man, y'all let me know what you think, man. Drop something in the comments, man. But I want all my people that's you got kids, just let them know, man. Be their own person, do their own thing. Don't sign no contracts under duress. If they got that pipe on you, man, just go and give it up and deal with it later. But y'all understand, don't test Gucci now. Because I feel like Gucci's crash out he crashing now. And I feel like Gucci setting them up. He gonna say, yeah, this will happen, this will happen. Next one come at me, I'm dropping them dead like flies because he finna play that game. I'm scared, I'm crazy, yeah. So now I fear for my life. Some people, hey man, it's a way. So y'all just watch what you're doing out there. Watch the company beat. And if you're doing business, do good business, man. It's your man Mousy 219 TV. Just tapping in with you, man. Just want to know what y'all think. We just want to keep these topics and trends coming with you, lady. Just to discuss the latest topics and trends with a little Midwest in, and that be looking for that Michael Jackson movie, man. Royal Estate, baby. Get your ghetto dweller hood. You know what I'm saying? We out. Drop some in the comments though, man. Go to YouTube, support the channel.